Good evening and welcome back to another episode of The Purple Mic. Tonight we have a featured and amazing guest on the show, which I am so humbled and honored to introduce, Tay Robb. Tay, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you. How are you feeling?
I feel great, and I'm honored, and I'm equally as blessed to be on the platform with you all as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We look forward to this engaging discussion. All the way from ATL, we have Steve. Steve
Hey,
Almighty.
what's going on?
How you doing out there, Steve?
Doing great. A lot of big changes around here. I see
A
that.
lot of big changes. And we will
Yes.
reveal those changes in quite soon because those changes are
Nice.
on the way.
Yes. Change is still on the
I'm
way.
so
A lot happened this
excited.
year.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for the invite.
Body Whisper ATL.
How you doing?
Dion Milton in the house, also from ATL. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that you made it tonight. My bro, my confidant.
How you doing?
We're doing good. How are you?
You know, one day at a time, one day at a time.
That's it. I'm so humbled and thank you. The last episode, without getting too far in detail, was Chris and I.
And when's the last time I saw you, Dion?
Yes. And when we edited that episode, which literally took us 2 days, Dion asked some powerful questions, and it just made me so grateful in this moment, even to just be doing this project with you. So thank you so much. I'm so humbled to have you. Thank you, Lashana.
Hey,
my sister.
Hey, baby girl, what's going on?
The one who always asks the hard questions.
True.
How are you doing, love?
I'm doing good. I'm out on summer vacation before I have to go back to school.
We are so humbled to have you as well. Thank you so much, sis.
Always.
Tonight, we are diving into a compelling and culturally resonant conversation. From R&B to hip hop, the past decade, we've witnessed the rise and fall of some of the greatest cultural icons. The street thuggery, the fame, power, control, allegations, the rise and reckoning, the power, silence, survivors. All of these powerful influences have become not only household names, but the influence of our culture. So tonight we are breaking down the intersecting forces: narcissism, drug abuse, sex addiction, domestic violence, power, and wealth. And these are a lot of the issues that, some of us have all been through. We never on the Purple Mic talk about our personal lives, but we come from a space where we've either experienced a loved one or a friend, someone, or even ourselves. We've been through something. So we come from a place where we can actually speak and harp on serious issues like these. And while there may be some humor at certain points, we don't take these issues lightly, for those of you who have been affected. So we bring it forward so that we can have the hard conversations, but we can also get the opinions of our panelists. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it. When it all goes down, the rise and fall, traits of narcissistic abuse in high-powered men, power and wealth, psychological and emotional abuse. Let's tap in and have the conversation. For those of you at home, we have questions below. We ask that you chime in. And a little housekeeping. Follow us at The Purple Mic, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And if you're watching, please, again, don't hesitate to put your questions below. Lashana.
Yep.
I'm going to let you segue into this conversation, girl, because you are like the media entertainment queen.
Really? I just only because I'm not really like a TV person. And then I like my children, And then I have to keep up with everything that's going on with the students. So I have to be in tune. So I have a TikTok and I have all of that stuff. Do I post? No, not really. Do I
Yeah,
repost some of
no,
that
we
stuff?
know.
Yeah.
What do you think
But
about the question of narcissism, like with the narcissistic personality disorder showing up in high-powered men, especially like in this case scenario, romantically and sexually?
honestly, it's I believe it's something that's always been around. It's
Mm-hmm.
just now taking a lot of traction, picking up a lot of traction because now that word is just being used and thrown everywhere. And in order for you to be a narcissist, you literally have to be clinically diagnosed by someone to be a narcissist. So even if
Mm-hmm.
they have narcissistic characteristics, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're a narcissist because they haven't been clinically diagnosed
Yeah,
as.
it's like the word has just become
Yeah,
so
it's
common and
yes, it's
norm,
such a common word.
the
It's
new
so
norm, excuse
norm.
me. Right.
Um, and then there's a lot of people who don't know that they're a narcissistic person. They just grew up this way because their family dynamic, whether it came from mom, dad, both parents.
So, so do
So
you feel with someone in a high power position that the fame and the narcissism are symbiotic?
not in every single man. It's not every single person because a woman could be narcissistic too. That's in a high powered area. So it's just not for men. It's also for women, but it has a lot to do with their home life, how they're raised, how their
Mm-hmm.
parents raised them, and and everything. So it's those little things that it starts in their childhood and it starts with the family dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times when you have wealthy men who are narcissistic people, one, they're not clinically diagnosed as one, but we see those things and those traits are always consistent and constant with every single partner they have. And that's across the board. That's with relationships, friendships, parent siblingships, all of those things. You can see it come across the board. So, and it doesn't change. And I think the biggest thing about it is it's also because they feel like they're untouchable. So that makes it
Mm-hmm.
even worse because they get
Right.
into a place of power and they feel like they're untouchable and nothing can happen to them. So it's definitely one of those things that we have to be careful to call someone that without them being clinically diagnosed as
Yeah,
that
I
they may
love
have
that.
those
I love
traits.
that.
But there's so many different types of narcissism and narcissistic people that it's crazy that um
Are
of
you able to
the
break
different traits.
down those traits? Do you know them off the top of your head? Because I
um
know there's
so we do have like the grandioso one where it's just everything
right.
is just it's more centered toward them and it's about them and everything's get pushed in back toward them. And then it's you have the covert narcissist, which is the kind I don't like because those are very, very hard to find. Those are very, very
Mhm.
hard to pinpoint because they're very so covert that you don't even know that they're what they're doing.
Mhm.
Um, so it's very, very hard. What else is there? Those are the
The
two I can name
vengeful
off the
one.
top of my head. Say that one more
Tay,
time.
The vengeful narcissist.
Yes, the vengeful one.
Mhm.
Ugh, that's a hard one
Tay, I
because
actually want to move up to Tay. Can you enlist them, Tay? Are there any others?
Well, there are several, and she's right. There's so
Yeah.
many nuances to the identification and a profile of a narcissist, and
Mhm.
there's the vengeful, there's the grandiose, there's the covert ones. But no matter which kind you are, some of them
mhm,
all have mirroring features.
yeah,
Yes.
And
yeah,
that's the part that's scary because you could have one that's covert, meaning I'm the person that throws the rock, hides my hand, and then
hmm
gaslights you when you figure out that I threw the rock.
yeah,
Yes.
And then there's grandiose, where no matter what it is, no matter who it is, no matter in what dynamic they're in,
hmm
I promise you I can one up whatever you think you've done.
yeah,
Mm.
I'm the
Mhm.
expert on everything. I've done everything to some degree or another. And no matter what you come up with, I can supersede it.
yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
And then you got my favorite, the vengeful one, the one that you want to be extremely careful with because no matter what you do to
yes,
this one, they're devising a plot or a plan
hmm
to get you back.
to get you
in
back.
Ooh,
some capacity or another.
Yeah.
yes, yes.
That's the hard. That's the one that is also kind of reminds me of a covert narcissist, because
Mhm.
and all of them can actually go toward like being vengeful. They can
Mhm,
all at any moment go into like venge mode,
mhm,
and you have to start to pay attention to it, because sometimes you get kind of like Stockholm syndrome when you're with a narcissist, because they start to train your brain to think that it's just them. You only need them. We only
Yeah.
do this. It's just you and me. Nobody
yeah,
else needs you. I
yeah.
need you. Um,
Do you
they
think
try to
that was
guilt
a
trip
part
you.
of some of the coercion? Because we learned about, yeah, the influence. Okay, so it falls in
Yeah,
line with that Stockholm, right? Okay.
yeah.
And while we're on that subject, why do you feel so many of these men surround themselves with enablers? Is it just because of being naive or
I
Tay?
think if you desire to be worshipped, because that's a lot of what narcissism looks like. It's a
Mm,
desire for worship, literally.
mhm,
So you surround yourself with followers. You surround yourself with individuals who feed into your desire. It's a
Mhm.
need.
yeah,
It's just like we were talking about love language. If you were talking about emotional intelligence,
I
I
love
need this.
that.
This is what that.
Right.
So what they do is intentionally, they are very, very selective about
Mhm,
victims, because
Yeah.
victims are like dope. It's like a specific kind of drug. So
mhm,
for them, they pick them very, very, very specifically so that they get a specific response, they get a specific need met. And that person is so enabled because they've been groomed for so long that they don't even
mhm,
realize until, God forbid, you get to a point where they elevate and then they become
mm,
violent or malicious. Then people start going, something is really wrong with this relationship, but it's been
mhm.
something wrong with this relationship the
From
entire
the
time.
gate.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm going to roll over to my gentlemen because they are very quiet on this subject. Stephen, why are you laughing? Share your thoughts.
No, because I'm learning something new. I didn't know it was so many different levels
Right.
of
Oh, yeah.
narcissists. I just,
Yes.
just thought they were just liars and just believed in whatever
Mm.
they said. But
I have a
I mean,
DSM-5. I can grab it.
right, right. So that's why I'm just like, wow. And to hear
Yeah.
from a woman's perspective, it's a lot. It's deep. I really go through it.
Absolutely.
We,
Absolutely.
when it comes to men, I think it's. I mean, to me, it looks like it's just power, and that's just what we've been taught, as men to, I guess, be a narcissist, because it is all about me.
Mm,
It is all about power. It is all about what I want and what I need. That's what America's taught us to be. And now
mm-hmm.
you guys come and call them a narcissist. I'm like, damn, really? I'm supposed to manipulate. I'm supposed to confuse. I'm supposed to, do whatever it takes to get what I need.
You say that you are taught to do those
Mhm,
things. Can
mhm.
you
Meaning, like,
give us more context?
I think as a man growing up, we're taught to be like players. We're taught to not settle down. We're taught to uh, go after your goals and do whatever it takes to succeed. So that's embedded in our brain. We're not made to just focus on one thing. We want
Mm,
it all. We want it all. So it's kind of like, I mean, we're supposed to manipulate and maneuver, use the tools that we have to get people to do what we want.
interesting. Dion, what are your thoughts?
That's what I like to hear.
I love when he does that devilish laugh like I'm coming in hot. So get ready.
Right,
It's
right.
because his brain is working meanwhile
Overtime,
over
overtime.
time.
I remember I saw a clip a while back about we've been taught the negative impact of being a narcissist, because a narcissist really teaches to be more about self, and we're more so taught to be humble versus being a narcissist.
Mm,
Being humble,
You always take the light off of you when you're being humble,
right?
versus when you're a narcissist, you want the light. What's
Right.
wrong with wanting the light, right? And that's been like a light's been shed on that in a negative way a lot lately. So me personally, I feel a little conflicted with the use of those words and how they're used because of that. To go back to how these people pick victims, I don't know. I think I like to share a different perspective. You know, when you get to a certain status, you don't get there without building your village, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. That's
It's just
by
that you might
info.
have some casualties around the way. So I wouldn't necessarily say all parties were victims. They might have became victims, but at some point they were willing participants too.
Hmm.
So I can't necessarily sit there and judge.
Yeah.
So
I love Lashana's expression right now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it because now we're getting into a conversation. Dion, see, I told you, Dion opens the doors.
Dion like it.
I can't
That's because
judge.
he's playing devil's advocate.
I'm not finna sit here and judge two wrongs. I don't care if you still do right. The wrong still overshadows the right in all cases, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So
That's because he's playing devil's advocate right now. Usually I'm the person. Well, we usually both play the
yeah,
devil's advocate, Dion, and
yeah.
that's
And
That's
when
why I
you two get
smiled. That's exactly
started,
why I
is
smiled.
yeah.
That's exactly why I smiled. I pulled a little Shauna today, you know.
you
So
did. You did.
you know,
I get that because yes, I do believe that sometimes there are people that do go along with what is going on.
and sometimes it's easy
Until
to be a victim than to be
yes,
accountable.
until it's not going in their favor
Yeah.
in a way. Um, but for certain people in power, because I'm not going to say men, because like I said, women are narcissistic too, and so are men. I mean, you even can have a child that's narcissistic. You can raise a child.
Hmm.
But Erica, when you had asked us like name them, I had to go look it up because I was like, ooh, let me go see. So one of them is the malignant narcissist,
Okay.
covert, vulnerable, grandiose, communal, antagonistic, and hypervigilant.
You been on
Mm.
Chat GPT?
No.
That was
But thank you
fast.
for doing that research because
That
that
was
is what this,
fast.
yeah, that's what this platform is
I know
about,
who to call. You used to
educating.
work for the FBI. I know who to call for investigations.
Hmm.
Now there are a lot of things I can't find for you. I just can't tell you how though.
I love it.
I got some.
I love it.
But
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 Tay
yes,
broke those down for us too,
yes.
and helping us to understand how those, different types,
Hmm.
how they move. So
Yeah.
as we move over to grandiosity, control, and manipulation, there are a couple of areas there. Like, how does unchecked power enable abusive behavior in men at the top? What patterns of control do powerful men use to keep women silent or compliant?
I would definitely say by isolating them, making sure it starts very subtle because they gives them with the love bomb. They will love bomb the mess out of you. They will make you think you're the only one, the only person in the world. They would just be like everything is about you for about 2 to 3 weeks,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and so they can
Mm-hmm.
like kind of rope you in. But and it's the love bombing part that we don't pay attention to because it's like they say everything that we want to hear. And it's only because they're listening, they're asking questions about us, but we're not asking questions about them. And
That
so
part.
they are
Mm.
giving us
That
everything
part.
that we ask for and when
Mm-hmm.
answering those questions. So they start to mimic and mirror what you're asking for. Now, can they
That,
keep that up? No, they can't. They can't
Yeah.
keep that up because it's a
Right.
facade. But they have to rope you in because, like Tay said, it's a fix. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're looking for their next fix because 9 times out of 10, they are still with somebody else in a relationship, but they know it's
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to end.
Yeah.
So it's like I need my next fix. I need my
Victim.
next
Exactly.
victim, and that's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
how they look at it.
Yeah.
They don't. I don't think they look at it as victim. They're just like I need my next person because my ego can't take
No,
this
I just said
person.
victim because essentially that is what they are.
Yes, they end
You
up
know.
I do
becoming,
want to jump in on
um,
something. I want to jump in on something that you
Yeah.
said
Please do.
about the victim. So what's so interesting about the victim is the intentionality of narcissists is very strategic.
mhm,
There are two kinds of very clearly defined victims. They either get the one that's really struggling with identity, self-esteem,
mhm,
image, or they get the one that's really strong because dethroning the really strong one, that's the accomplishment.
that
Mm-hmm.
part. Say that
They
again for the people
love
in the back.
that.
Say
Yeah.
that again for the people in the back.
That's the real victim. That one
Yeah.
that's already broken. You're going to be great for a while. They're going to maintain their level of ego with you.
Yeah.
You're like that. It's like you want. It's like if you're doing a fundraiser. The people that are giving you $5 that are showing up in droves, they're the ones you want to bait because they're the ones that are going to keep you going. That $1,000 person, it's like feast or famine. You're not going to get that one all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Nope.
one that's giving the $5 faithfully, that's the bait. So that's the one they're going to keep on the hook. The weak
Yeah.
Yeah.
one, the broken one. But the real accomplishment, the crowning glory is to get the strong one and break them, literally.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Very true.
It's true. And
Ooh-wee.
because
Very
we have to
true.
think about it, because that's even like when we have the red pill, blue pill. And we have all of these women who subscribe to this red pill, blue pill, but
Right.
they're not with that man or woman that's with that red pill, blue pill. You know why? Because they don't want them. They want the one who is strong, who's independent, has no children, who's doing things on her own or his own or whomever. And so they want to be able to take them down like, ha, see, she can do it just like you can, or he can do it just like you
Mm.
can, because it's about breaking them. It's not about them wanting to be in a relationship with somebody. It's just them wanting to be able to, like she said, dethrone that person, to make them feel like you need me and
Mm.
I need to be, oh, I need to be over you. I need to govern you. And that's a lot of what it is, of them governing your life, isolating you, not being able to be with your family, your friends,
Mm-hmm.
you normally going out, and now all of a sudden you don't go out anymore. Or they'll pinpoint one or two of your friends. Oh, that dude or that girl, she a hoe. She ain't got nobody. She just out here in the streets. And it's like, but you met me in the streets,
Mm.
met me out there when I was, at the club or wherever, at the grocery store. I was hanging out with my girls for brunch hour, or hanging out with my dudes, at the sports bar. You met me out there, but now I can't hang out with them. They can't come over. I can't
Mm.
see anybody. You're tracking my cell phone. I gotta go everywhere you tell me to go. And it becomes a point where they dominate all of your space. All of your space is
That's
dominated
wild.
by them.
That's wild. So,
Mhm.
what do you guys think about the lack of accountability?
That's what it sounds like to me on the women's side, because you choosing to entertain that. He's showing you a lot of red flags, and you're
Mm.
questioning yourself over and over. But for some reason, you think you want to change him. You think you're going to change, or
Mm.
any moment he's going to change for you, and that never happens. So you're just avoiding the red flags. So that's why he goes after that type. He knows what he's looking for. She's vulnerable. She's weak. She's this. She's that. But at the same time, she got fat pockets. So I'm gonna go after that.
Mm.
So I get it. Back
Oftentimes, they find people who mimic people. Women tend to flock to individuals that mimic familiar things that they've
Mhm.
endured. So it's
Familiar.
not
Yeah,
Yeah.
always that they don't see it. It's just so familial that I know how it's better the devil I know versus the one I don't.
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
And so it's not so much that there's no accountability, but if you come, especially if you come from a home where one of the parental units were
Was a
narcissistic, then you're
narcissist.
not
Yeah.
necessarily as clear on what that looks like because you've been conditioned that that behavior, that public kindness, private cruelty is love.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So this person loves me because I'm familiar with this because this is what I've encountered all my life. It feels normal. I can navigate this. I've learned how. I have
Yeah.
the tools. I've acquired the equipment necessary. So they don't always equate it to abuse. It's because they've been abused and conditioned to accept abuse all their life.
Trauma.
Yeah. Trauma. It's
Trauma.
Very
Literally.
bad
Trauma. I
trauma.
love that. Yeah.
Literally.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oof. Heavy, 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 heavy. Sex addiction.
But women do that all the time, though. On the other hand, women do it all the time when searching for men that are high value. They jump for one man, looking at his pockets, what he got. After she's done with
Mm.
him, she's on to the next branch of the next dude. So women do it
Yeah.
too. It just they don't get a lot of shame
Mhm.
for it. We might call them gold diggers or whatever, but she's doing the same thing, getting what she wants. You know,
That's
and we
Yeah.
just
heavy.
call them,
That's
yeah, we just call them messy, or we just call them, yeah. Too much. She messy. She trifling, but we know what it is.
If she ain't
And
getting no
really,
money from that, if she ain't getting paid from that, I just say she dating.
yeah,
She's what?
Dating.
She's dating.
yeah, dating, yeah, and we call it delusional. When instead of calling her a narcissist, you're like, oh, she's delusional. She
Oh,
wants
she's
this. She wants
delusional.
that. She wants all this. We just soften her and just she's delusional, but she's a narcissist. She's going after the same thing.
Narcissistic
She got the
women show
same.
up differently.
They do.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
Yes,
they
they
play
show
They
up.
mind
show up.
games.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
show up in a weird type of
They
way.
play.
Their,
They
their
play
stuff
mind
yeah,
is
games.
like
They play emotional manipulation mind games.
yeah,
that's what
Yeah.
that is.
yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
that is.
And
A
the only
lot of
It's
defense
the
to that.
emotional games, a lot of the it's a weird space with the women. It's a very
yeah.
weird
Mhm.
space because you expect nurturing and all those things that come with that, and
Mhm.
for narcissistic women, it's void. It's
Yeah.
they will mirror nurturing. Like if we go meet
Mhm.
your mom and your mom is very kind and very sweet, in that space, she's going to mimic that behavior,
Yes. That's
but
right.
Yes.
she can't
Right.
produce it naturally and
That's
organically
right.
for herself.
That's
No.
right.
So they
It's,
literally become chameleons where
yeah.
Yeah.
they're
Yep.
changing in every environment, but it's not real. They can't capture it. They can't hold it.
Yeah. And a lot of
That's a
times, most
narcissist.
women are kind of covert. Those are mostly your covert narcissists, like women are.
Hmm.
You don't
Hmm.
know it, but like it's
Hmm.
like I was watching this one movie from back in the day, and I was learning about it. It was just about some things, and I was like, geez, I've never seen like a man in a movie be abused by a woman. And then I started seeing and started pinpointing like these movies from back in the day, like these Lifetime movies when Lifetime was
Hmm.
Lifetime, okay? And they
Hmm.
had like
I love
a
that.
slew of movies of where
Uh-huh.
they were talking about domestic violence toward men and how they were with these narcissistic covert women and they would literally do something, hide their hands, and like, what I do?
Hmm.
I didn't do that.
Hmm.
You made me do that. If you wouldn't have
Hmm.
done this, that, I wouldn't have had to hit you.
Hmm.
What?
Hmm.
That's crazy.
Or like, and we see it like now in videos. We see the videos popping up on TikTok. We see them in videos popping on
Yeah.
Facebook where the woman is like, well, I asked you to go get me this person. You told me no. And so why? And the dude's like, why you ain't pay the mortgage? Well, I went and got the person you told me I couldn't go get. That's covert narcissism because you couldn't get what you wanted, so you
I
circumvented
think
the
Dion's
situation.
saying something, but he's Dion, you're muted.
Yeah,
You're
you're
You
muted.
mute.
you
I hear you.
There you go.
If there we go. You know what
Yeah.
else is narcissism? If the remote control is by you, and I gotta come downstairs to get it, and I get hit anyway, cause I was like it's right there beside you.
that's the
I,
mama.
I,
That's
I'm
the
just saying.
mama.
Did he really
I'm
just
just
say
saying. I'm just saying. You
That
just
is
gave
the
me
mama.
PTSD when you was
Of
talking about this.
narcissistic
Ah,
abuse.
yeah, that's narcissistic abuse. Like, and I believe like we've all, as some of us as
I
with
relived
black
my
parents.
childhood as you was speaking it.
Oh, and
Yes,
so like
sir.
you and like she said, you learn how to navigate it. That's the
Mhm.
biggest thing that you learn how to navigate. So
You
you
learn
like
how to
you said,
shut up and just give her the
yeah,
remote and
and
don't
just
say nothing.
and don't say nothing. Because the biggest thing you would ever be like, okay, well, it's right there beside you. How come you can't get it? That's a child. That is a
Mm-hmm.
child.
Mhm.
That's
That is a
suicide.
child asking a question.
That is
But that
suicide.
right, that has
I'm gonna
not been
say
trained.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
what back to her? What am I gonna say back to my
No, save
mama?
yourself.
No, that's
Save
what I said. That
yourself.
has not been trained yet. Now, after they've gotten trained, it's
My
like,
chest
hey,
got hot, girl.
they're like, hey, come and get this remote. What do? You just come in and get the remote and you pass it to them. I would never forget. There was this show called Black Lady Sketch Show. Loved it. They had this scene, this sketch in there where the black mama was sitting on the couch. She asked the oldest daughter to go get the remote. I mean, to go get the batteries for the remote. They put a clock on there to see how fast she can find these batteries for the remote. Because everybody know your mama always told you if I have to get up to go find it,
Oh man.
so go look for it. Because if I have to get up and I find it, we got problems.
Right.
She
Mhm.
already know where it's
Mhm.
at.
We got problems. Which for me, that made me a person that looked high and low. So I don't ever man look for nothing no more.
And look,
I
I
love
don't man
these
look for
terms.
nothing.
Man, look, I love that.
You learned
Man
how
look
to
is
save
giving.
yourself.
Thank you.
Save
I
yourself.
learned how to save myself and look for stuff. So when anything ever came up missing, nobody could find it. I could find it. I don't know
Hmm.
how I did it, but I will be able to find it because guess what? I'm not getting my tail pulled for nobody.
It just made me think maybe my mom's narcissistic because I would be like, why do we have to do that? She's like, that's why I had kids. What do you
True.
mean? That's why you
That
had kids? I'm
right.
never going to get a remote. That's why I had kids.
It's
and they
hilarious.
wonder
Like,
why it's systemic.
Because I was
Generational.
just about to say, we all have some narcissism in one way or another. We all have
Yes,
it.
we do.
So,
Mhm.
but on the
one
topic of
way.
sex addiction, tool of power and dominance, just some of these questions come to mind. And again, if we can just kind of tap on them, like,
Sex addiction.
yes, yes,
It's the way he said it.
right,
Mhm.
Like,
Like he's surprised. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
right.
it is a thing.
Yeah.
It
What
is a
level is
thing.
that?
Well,
I want to hear what the men got to say on this one. I
okay,
want to
I
hear
was
what.
just
We're
about
gonna
to
let
say,
them start.
I want to take like the females back for a moment and let
Yes,
them
Mhm.
yes, yes.
speak on this. Because look
Okay,
at
I
Dia.
got questions. I got questions. What is considered a sex addiction?
Yeah.
Give me a definition.
Mm.
An unreasonable, unsatiated, excessive need and desire
What's
for sex all the time.
The
And I
time.
mean
Thank you,
all the
thank
time.
you. I was trying to put it so
um?
eloquently like that because
Man.
my
Oh,
mouth
My
go a little
computer
dry.
died.
And once again, we get praise for that. We're supposed to get praise for that, for having a high sex drive and wanting sex all the time. The only I think when it comes to addiction is when you can't control it, or you're trying to maybe make someone a victim of your urges. But
Mm.
if I just love sex and I want a different woman every day, that's not addiction to me.
Is it
I desire women. No,
though?
I just love sex. Like
Okay,
women
but
want to, a man like to have sex 5, 10 times a day. There's not a problem with that. It's not an
Okay.
addiction
Next
because we
question.
enjoy sex.
do
What's the difference between a sex addiction and being a nympho?
Ooh.
Isn't that the same thing?
That's a very large part of it.
I
yeah,
think a
that's a large
nympho.
brushstroke right there.
It's
I think
almost
a nympho.
So where do you
interchangeable.
draw the
They're like
line
almost in a
where one is deemed okay and one isn't? Where do you
well,
draw
A
the
sex
line?
addiction
nympho.
is not okay. And being
A,
a
ny- a,
nympho
ny-
is not okay.
Well,
a,
being a
Why
ny- a,
not?
nympho
nymph-
is a product of sex addiction.
Right.
a, ny- a nympho is more like that's all you talk and think about. Even
All
Oh,
conversations.
day,
When you're walking
every
down the
day.
street, you see it every day. I can't even go nowhere unless there's a woman around. I'm talking about boobs. Maybe that in that aspect. Yeah,
I mean, that's what you just want to do
that,
all day. You don't want to do
that
nothing. You don't want to go to work. You don't want to sleep. You don't want to
yeah,
eat. All your life is
yeah,
just getting it in.
yeah.
mm-hmm.
You're on video games. You're a
Now that hold
nympho.
on.
You always
I feel like that is like a deeper mental condition.
Well, it is because you can be clinically diagnosed as a nympho, and you could be clinically diagnosed to be a sex addict. So it's they're the same of they're the
Interchangeable.
same of the
But
one
where
two
do you
coin of
draw the
one coin.
line though?
you draw the line when you can't control it.
There we
When
go.
And both of
you draw the
those
line when you can't
are
control it.
at the capacity where
Okay,
they
if you
can
yeah,
control.
Where is the
if you the
line
dude
between
that's
sex
jacking off on the
addiction and
subway,
predatory?
yeah, stuff
You
like
can't
that, right?
control it.
Like
Yeah.
stuff like that. Okay.
But if you can
Like
get one in the shower every morning, that's just what you do. That's just what you do.
Yeah.
so if you had the opportunity to have sex, consensual sex,
Hmm.
at any given moment, it would be wrong.
You
That's
said
why
at
I
any
got
given
married.
moment for consensual.
It would be wrong
That's
because
why a man gets
this is
married.
still this again. Where do we draw the line? So if you
But
can have
see,
sex
okay, so
anytime
no,
you want,
because see, if you if honestly, that's a very broad brushstroke for you to say that. Only because if it's
It is.
consensual and then it's anytime you want, then it's it becomes an addiction when it's something that is consistently happening every, like, it's a repeated type
Again,
of thing.
if you and your husband could fuck every hour on an hour, every day, anytime y'all want it, is it wrong?
The line is drawn when you can't control it. If you're in a
Right,
relationship where somebody is saying every day is fine with me, no matter what it
Relationship
is,
doesn't define
that's
sex.
cool. Well, no, no, no.
right,
Hear me out. If you're saying that you're in this, whatever the construct is, and it's somebody that's consensual, it's not a problem. It's no issue. It can be stopped.
But the
Maybe
amount is the
we don't
same,
want
right?
to. Here's the thing. Can you control it? It affects
right.
your life. It affects your relationship. It affects your job. It affects you. You
Mm.
cannot. It's like this is something that I'm sitting at work
Okay, so if it
and I
disrupts your
can't control
everyday
it.
life,
Yeah, then it's an
that's when it's an
addiction.
issue, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, if we don't,
Okay,
no
that's where
different
you draw the
than,
line at, then, right?
Hmm.
yeah, no
And
yeah.
it's
different like
But
outside
it's
of your
addiction
also
for,
control.
Because there are some functionals.
Hmm.
yeah,
Mhm.
you do have
Hmm.
functioning addicts across the
Hmm.
board, no matter what kind of
Yeah,
addict it
I
is.
know.
You have some functioning
Hmm.
ones.
Hmm.
So but we also have a lot of them that are not functioning. It takes over their life. They breathe, eat, sleep this. Well, some not
Mhm.
sleep, but still, they breathe, eat, sleep, poop, do this. It's what they do. It's just what it is. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. I literally, that's just what it is.
So
And you
Dion, why
can't
did
help
you
yourself.
right? Why did you ask those questions, Dion? What is like where are you leading us to in conclusion?
I just want to know, really, like, where do we draw the line? Because
When it disrupts your everyday life, when
when
you cannot function.
Mm.
And you
that would
cannot
make it
control
Yeah,
Mhm.
so that's where we draw the line at
it. Hmm.
being a nympho and having a sex addiction, right?
Mhm.
Because
no, I draw the line at the both of them. That's what my line
Hmm.
draws at the both
But
for both
you
of
that's
them.
still
can't you
entitlement.
have to draw the line, because if I'm a nympho but it's not disrupting my everyday life, I don't have a sex addiction. But if it's disrupting my everyday life, I have a sex addiction. I have a medical condition that I can't fucking control myself.
Mm.
But
Versus I
that's
can fuck this person anytime I want, when I want, how I want, whenever I want, and it's okay. We have to draw the line somewhere where we're gonna say what's a nympho and what's a sex, because both can exist at the same time.
Hmm.
yeah,
I agree. I agree with that. Both can actually. It's just like grief and joy can exist in the same
So
space.
we
It's,
have to
it's
Right,
I
right.
mean,
That's
he's
great
absolutely
define
right.
analogy.
where we draw the line at.
The
Yes.
line is at if you can control it or not. Anything
or
that gets
not.
outside
That's
of your
what makes you a
control,
nympho,
you
and that's
can't.
what makes it a sex addiction.
Hmm.
And
Control.
that's,
If you
Yeah,
cannot control it, if you're so locked in the bondage of the action that you are willing to rape children, to take
Mhm.
this thing to another level without, you can't stop yourself. Anything that you cannot stop, that's the line.
That's the
Yeah.
yeah,
addiction. That's what makes it
and
addiction.
when,
Then.
and when you
Hmm.
use your power, and when you use your power to get it,
Hmm.
like in Diddy's
right.
situation, a lot of
Yep.
high power men, they got the power, so I got the control, so that I can
Hmm.
get that.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you can also
Yeah,
use
because
it that way.
me personally, I don't see nympho being a bad thing. I don't.
That's that's why
I
that
don't see a bad
that
thing at all. I don't. I'm
that's why
sorry. I don't.
that's why I say that's
If
why I
there's
say
a will, there's a way, and if there's willing participants that are willing to participate, you know what I'm saying. If this is your person and this is your person that you're doing this with, y'all both are nymphos. I know some functioning nymphos. Know what I'm saying? Like they go to parties, they do all. Know what I'm saying? Like, and there's nothing wrong with that capacity. However, it doesn't disrupt their everyday life. Know what I'm saying?
Because
I
So
they
think
I
the
can
don't look at
magic
that
control
as
word,
it. That's
the
because
word
they
of
can
emphasis
control
is,
it.
well, and the word of
again. So
emphasis
that's
is
what
willing.
makes the difference. That's why there has to be. I
Willing.
can't put
Mm.
them two
Yeah.
together and villainize one. N- Nah.
But the, but
I think you just kind of made it a lot more clear. Willing. They're
right.
willing. They're cognizant. They're conscious. They're making a choice. They're not locked in some
Just because it's a sex
bondage
addiction
in the
don't mean
line,
you raping
you
people
know.
either, though. I'm just saying you
No,
just
no, and we get that. We get what you are saying, like wholeheartedly. We get that part. Like,
I
that's
love
not what
feeling
we
like
respect.
Lashana today. I just want to say.
You what? What did he say? I didn't hear that.
I
He
said I
loves
love
feeling
feeling
like
like
Lashana
Lashana today.
today.
Oh,
I always play devil's advocate.
I
That's
just see
why.
her
when
face.
you
Yeah.
I'm just
say
like,
when you get
oh,
Dion
I
and
got it.
Lashana together,
I
it
get
is
it
this
Yeah.
is
now.
what you get.
I love it. I love it. I
Because
love
I
it.
So
always
let
play
me.
devil's advocate, and now it's his turn. We usually
Yeah.
double team it together, but now he's on his own. So
He's on an
Uh-huh.
island.
Uh-huh.
Very, very true.
Cause I see
We're
her
gonna
face. She
move
like,
over
ooh.
to substance
So
abuse and
so
addiction
let
and
me ask you a question:
recovery.
Is passport bros nymphos because they
Is
try to
what?
go get it?
Oh
Passport
God.
bros, are
Are
they
they nymphos?
nymphos?
Nah, they
Yeah.
stupid.
yeah, they stupid. I agree.
Okay.
They fucking
Men that go to
stupid.
men
I'm
that
so
go
happy
to
we had that
men
episode. I'm so happy we had that
men
episode.
that go to the clubs and are they nymphos?
Listen, if I gotta go out the country to do that,
Right.
I'm gonna leave that statement right there.
Okay.
Mhm.
For
Mhm.
what?
Yeah. We're going to roll over to substance abuse and addiction and recovery. A couple of questions here too. I mean, all of this stuff is just it's all falling under the lies of narcissism. But I love these questions. How does drug abuse intensify or mask abusive behavior? We talked about the sexual abuse, but oftentimes there's drugs behind the influence of abuse. And it's so unfortunate. Gosh, there's so many things I want to say on the topic of some of our cultural icons, but we're not going to go there. But another one that was interesting is do drugs become a shared bond or control between the abuser and their victim? Of course, we've seen this too. So, Stephen, I
Mhm.
love your expression. You want to tap in?
I was first gonna say I'm not too sure because those are red flags that I don't even tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
But I I get it with the Diddy and Cassidy situation.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why Diddy would be in so much of his addiction and she would benefit and she would go along with it and also hide his habits, his addiction, his what he likes to do. So as long as she's benefit from it, she'll stay silent. So I
Mm.
can see why two would benefit from that.
I kind of feel like it's a great deflection.
Yeah,
It's a great
Mm.
shield. I was drunk. I was high. I can't account
yeah,
for it. There's no accountability. It's a good out, right? And
it
if
is.
it is, it's a really good out. You see it in
Now,
court
who's
cases. You
the
see it in all
devil's
these different
advocate
spaces.
now?
And and I've always seen it as like taking accountability. A lot of women would go out to clubs and say, "Oh, I blacked out, or I was drunk, or I had a little bit," just so they don't have to have accountability of what they did. So I kind of feel that
And another one.
they do that with drugs.
And another one. We got two devil's advocate above me.
We're channeling our inner Lashana.
Our inner
Right.
Lashana.
What you got to say? You can go ahead
We
and
trying to
join
push
the
a
club.
button. We trying to push a button.
Mm.
Like, did he just say that? Oh, well, that's just, yeah.
He did. He did.
It's
Dion, what you got to say?
interesting.
Come on now.
I know
Mm,
because he's sitting over there. He's brewing, coming up with something. I
I
mean,
love
we're
you, Lashana. You know you my dog.
Mhm.
I know, but
Um,
go ahead and join the lawyers. Go ahead and
but
join the lawyers.
my take on this would be when it comes to substance abuse,
Mm-hmm.
I think 9 times out of 10 the people that are involved with that are using the drugs to mask the trauma they've already endured.
Mm. Yeah.
So from the outside looking in, it looks like they're using this to hide other people's. Nah, they're still hiding their own. They
hmm.
just have a shield that they stand beside now.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right, right.
Because nobody right in their right mind that hasn't been through nothing is even going to be in those circumstances.
right. So long as he's showing his addiction and I'm showing that I'm helping and hiding it, it's gonna hide my trauma or my addictions or what I've had. So I'd
Mm.
rather.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
and then the
rather
other part
be.
to that is 9 times out of 10, These people have nobody.
Yeah, yeah.
They'll
Or
never
from a
go.
belt.
They'll never go after people with a village first.
Nah, that ain't true.
I said
Mm-mm.
first. That won't be their first option. Because they're gonna pick the weakest one.
Hmm.
Cassie had
Yeah.
nobody.
Yeah, no, she did it. She did too.
Mm-hmm.
She did. She did.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, she had a village. She
Mm-hmm.
came in the industry with a village.
And she
Mm-hmm.
got passed off.
What she did was left that village for a bigger bag is what she thought she was going to get.
Right,
Point blank, period.
right,
It
right.
sounds harsh, but that's just what it
Well,
was. Because
And a
she
lot
well,
of
came in
people
with
the,
the
use
village.
those
She came
drugs
in,
and stuff.
she
You
came in,
use it.
like she came in with her boyfriend. She came in with
Mm-hmm.
the producer who was writing her stuff for her. She came in with her mom. She has like she had a village. She came in with these people into the industry with these people. When Diddy got wind of her, she left that broke up with her boyfriend, left the producer that she had that was doing
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal work for her, and she went and got with the guy who was doing more than the other people was doing for her because it was him because he's made people millions. Well, he made nobody no money but him. Okay, let's just keep it
That
running.
part. Yeah.
But that's
Mm-hmm.
what it was.
yeah, because he came
And
in that yacht. He came in them big old yachts.
she came in with the village. That's
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's just like we can say the same thing about Aaliyah. Aaliyah came in with a
Mm-hmm.
village. She did. Her parents left her to the wolves. Period.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
just what it was. Because just like all these other girls who came in, who parents and stuff like that, I'll never forget what K Michelle said. K Michelle said that she was in an abusive relationship. R. Kelly was the person who pulled her out of that abusive relationship with the dude that Regina or whatever Lil Wayne baby mama used to be with.
Mm.
Memphis.
Yeah,
She pulled
Memphis.
her out of that, got her out of her contract, and pulled her out of that. She stayed with him for over 2 to 3 years, building herself back up. She was freely go anywhere she wanted to go because he didn't want nothing to do with her. The thing of it was that she said that got me was that there were moms in there making breakfast, making food while their
Mm.
daughters
Hmm.
were there.
Hmm.
So you have, they had a village. It was the money that made them want to do what they did. And when it didn't go their way, it's
Hmm.
now I'm being abused. I'm a victim. He's put me on drugs. I can't leave the house. I can't do well you it was all of those things prior to long as it worked in your favor. And
Mhm.
now that it doesn't work in your favor, things change. We had handlers, they had enablers, they had everything. They had people that were yes people to them because they didn't want to feel their wrath. So it's easier for the other people to feel their wrath than for me to feel it. I'm gonna do what it's gonna be asked of me, and I'm gonna keep it pushing, and I'm gonna look the other way. And that's what it was.
Mm.
But at the same time, she wasn't able to get out because how powerful Diddy is,
Mm-hmm.
and he having everybody paid off, everybody to hush. They're gonna choose a man over a woman. She's gonna be a victim. It's hard to pull out of those situations.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just like back in the days, a black man getting pulled over by a white cop. We already know what it's gonna be. You got all white judges, all white jurors. Everything's white. We know it's gonna be. So it's the same way when you have that type of power. Women don't have a voice. They don't have a. It's
Mm.
not easy for them to get out, and that's what her situation was. So she had. To, I mean, in a sense, she had to be pimped out because that's who Diddy was. That was the type of power he had. So in that way, she was a victim. But did she
I'm not
risk
saying
her
that
life
she
at the end to
wasn't.
get out? Yeah. But she got a payout at the end. But at the time, she agreed on part of those things. It was
Yeah,
fine. And she got to take accountability of that. But when it
yeah.
got too deep, where he wanted to start putting on gasoline instead of baby oil, oh, now it's getting real.
Oh,
Now
where's
I
Tony?
now I
His
got to get
favorite
out.
line. Tony's not
Right.
here. The
Now it's
one
about to get real.
episode he waited for. He's not here. I love it.
So it's just until it gets too real. I get it. I get it.
So, image versus reality. Why is it so difficult for the public? We move over to the public now, or just people in general, to believe allegations against beloved, powerful men.
You just said it, beloved,
Yeah.
powerful men.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is,
Beloved.
everybody always knew. Everybody, like any powerful
Mhm.
person that went down that we've seen gone down since 2020, the Me Too movement, everybody knew.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knew.
Mhm.
We would hear it on TV. Oh, Diddy had a party on Access Hollywood, whatever. He had an all white party. All celebs was there, including Access
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
everybody knew about these
Right.
parties even back in the day when we were younger. Y'all remember that
Yeah.
story about Lil Kim? Raise your hand if you
Yeah.
remember that story about Lil Kim.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch TV,
Exactly.
but I know the story about.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
It's just a simple fact of the matter is that now we have a culture of woke people, a
Mm-hmm.
culture of people who are not taking it anymore, of women, of artists who are coming in and you're gonna give me what I deserve. No, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not bending over backwards. No, I'm not, like, it's, and so you have artists who are not taking, but this is why we have so many independent artists now. We have more
I was gonna
independent
say,
artists in the industry than we've ever had before.
Mm-hmm.
this is the season of
And
indie, indie
yes,
everything.
and it's because of that, because of what they did, because they tainted
Mhm.
the culture, they tainted, and it was already tainted anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say this
everybody
has been going
knew.
on forever.
Lashana, you
People
are
have
on
known.
tonight, girl.
Because she's right, she's spot on. I mean,
She
it's
is.
not. We're saying what, why, how. We're all in awe, but this is a long-standing practice. This is when you deal with the entertainment business, the music business, and cinema, all the different things like that, what people don't really realize is a lot of those foundational players are mob affiliated. They're organized crime individuals. This is front stuff. These are their front operations. So
Mhm.
you're not dealing with people who are like, oh, I'm a Christian artist. I'm gonna take you in, and it's no. The foundation of this industry is prostitution, trafficking,
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
drugs. It's the foundation. So everything else that's on top of it is only built to shroud it.
I was gonna ask Dion about BMF because I know he know.
Hmm.
Huh?
What about it?
When they were coming in, they decided to open up a record label. Yeah, side eye. But we know.
Lashana, what does accountability and healing look like?
Everything that women not gonna do.
Oh, I know.
Oh, this just got
Yeah,
Yeah.
same with
personal. This
Yeah.
friend.
got real
Yeah.
personal.
Yeah. That's deep, but
Yeah.
uh,
that's
I
it's
ain't gonna say
true.
not gonna
I'm
do it. They just have a
I'm a
hard
pass.
time with it. Let's
You
just
make
say
you
that.
make blanket statements often.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
No,
I'm
I just
like,
no. I just feel like blurting.
I
But
feel like this is
my
another
real
episode.
statement is just that's something that women struggle with. Period.
Yes.
True,
Yes.
Period.
true.
There's
Yes.
no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And
They
Yes.
all the way
healing,
around the board.
That's
Yes,
that's
they
why we're
do.
having
Accountability.
this.
They do.
That's why
both.
we're having this man
Both.
versus woman and what you bring to the
You
table.
wouldn't say men
You said what
No.
we bring to
don't
the
suffer
table.
with
Oh my
you?
God.
No, you wouldn't
Men
say
are
No.
men.
No.
better at
No. No.
accountability than
No.
women.
No.
Oh,
Hold your
Jesus.
throat. I didn't. I
I'm,
didn't
I'm
say
gonna
it
tell you.
like
I'm gonna
that.
tell you why we. I'm gonna tell you why we better at accountability than women. We're wrong more than y'all most times.
Yeah. When,
Yep.
and this goes when a man says to, I'm sorry to say it, when we say to black women you can't tell them anything. That's because of accountability. Y'all don't take accountability, so that's why y'all have this stereotype of you can't tell a sister nothing.
Mm,
I know it's accountability.
yeah, that
Yeah, nah.
episode is coming
That
next.
don't
No,
that
I
don't
have a
track.
great title for that episode. It's
what?
funny you brought that
That
up.
Yeah.
the reason why I
Yeah.
say it
Hey, we're
doesn't.
gonna need you again for that next episode, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
So we
I'm
will
not
be
I'm
saying
calling you back.
sitting in awe
it
because
doesn't
I've done what
track
I've done for so long with so many different people that I
I
know that what we're saying is not blanket. It's very individual, case by
right.
case.
Thank
Yes.
you.
It's not a
And I didn't want
blanket.
to interrupt Steve, but I'm with
What?
you, Kay. Exactly.
It's case by case. It has to be case by
Case
case
by
because
case.
the thing
Yeah.
of it is that it's not that
Ooh.
women won't take accountability. It's the It's the vulnerability of being in that being vulnerable, having to take accountability in it, and we have to make sure
No,
that
no, 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 no. I'm not letting
Nah,
you block over that.
nah,
No, 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 no.
nah,
no,
No, you're not walking over that.
nah,
Because
nah,
sometimes it has
nah,
nothing to do with
nah.
vulnerability. It has everything to do with
No,
you being right or wrong.
that's it. Because
but
If
like
we've
I
we
been
said, but
taught.
if
we
I'm
finna
but if
jump
I'm
down
right,
there, we
then
gonna
I'm
stick at the
right.
right and
Keep
wrong
it
first,
pushing.
huh?
Men been
It's gonna
chastised
have to be the
since
right or wrong
since the
part.
beginning.
It's not the
Yeah,
vulnerability, because you got to be vulnerable to be wrong. How that work?
yeah.
No,
No, I'm just
no.
saying
So why
when
does
we
that
was
have to matter
If
then?
for me,
You got to be vulnerable to be
for
wrong.
me, if
uh
I'm wrong, my husband tell me if I'm wrong. He's like, "Well, you know, you was wrong." I was like, "Yeah, I was. You know what? You're
But
right.
you
I
a
was
real
wrong."
nigga. It's different.
yeah,
What,
that's different.
what
You
so you
heal,
telling
you
me
heal.
individual
Nah,
women that y'all didn't date it? Because let's
it's
just
not
be
in
honest here. It be the women that y'all choose to date. So let's just keep it a buck. It's
That
the
Rashawn,
women
part.
that you choose to date.
you the
Can we
So
realest
talk
if
nigga
about
I know.
accountability in that direction?
yeah.
Can we talk about taking accountability for your choices?
thank
Now
you,
that's something I will say on both sides that you see very clearly. People are not willing to be accountable to their choices, whether gender
Voice.
play a part or not. You see it
Yeah,
on both ends.
Yes.
It's all of y'all versus the ones I chose. It's you don't versus the ones I picked.
come on,
And that
keep
that's
is
going.
true.
something that's very deeply rooted, especially when you see it play out in black and brown communities where they come from those type of families of origin where that is the message that is sent. It is not
Mm,
okay to say it's a gender thing because it's not. It's very much equal on both ends that people just don't want to take accountability for their choices.
Ooh. I think the men are gonna disagree on that one.
So listen,
but
right?
it's not
Mr.
every
Wait,
Hand,
wait,
single.
wait, wait,
It's
wait,
Mr.
not
wait,
every
Hands,
wait, wait,
single
wait,
Mr.
Mr.
one.
wait,
Hands,
Han,
go
wait.
ahead, Mr.
Listen,
Hands.
listen. Right.
Come on,
This is the
Dion, come through.
difference. This is
This
the
is different.
difference between women
Uh huh.
Yeah,
and men.
Uh
Right.
huh.
yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
When it comes to accountability to
Mm-hmm.
men,
Mm-hmm.
all we hearing and all we caring about is right or wrong. So that's the point we're speaking from. But
Since
the
birth.
women, they're still not being accountable of that fact. Why? Because y'all
Right.
talking about the grand scheme of things of being accountable. We ain't going that far. We keeping it simple at the right or wrong because that's the part that matters most, where most men don't get heard, don't have a safe space to be vulnerable. Why? Because you're always right. Even if you're wrong, you're right. But you're gonna argue because the minute I make a point that I'm right, you're gonna talk about your feelings, and we ain't gonna talk about the reason that you're wrong no more. Yeah, look at you. Bim.
Mm-hmm.
well, Dion, I'm going to agree with you on something. I'm going to agree with you that there is a societal structure that is inundated with consequences for men and not
True.
it's not equal for women. I agree
100%.
100% on that
True.
If
because
our
you
point,
guys come from that.
if our
So I
point
get it.
goes to us not talking about our point versus now we're talking about your feelings, I ain't even gotta finish that statement because that's the real
Mm-hmm.
accountability. That yeah, my point
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If a feeling, I need to know why because I want to get down to the base. Do we have? Are we gonna solve this situation? Like
But the
vulnerability,
majority,
accountability, all of that stuff, and that's all because I think logically, like I be in my feelings and my emotions for like a hot second, and then it gonna be like, boom, it's
but
gone.
you a real nigga
Logic
though.
kicking.
You feel me? You's the
Mm-hmm.
realest.
Yeah, we're talking about healed people. There's not a
But
lot of
now,
healed
but
people.
seriously though, like that's usually the case of where accountability starts with men. It's never the grand scheme of things. It's the simplicity of things like that because that's when we're always silenced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
Men
I
are
If
can't.
trying
you
to.
I,
said 10 men on this platform right now and we spoke on this subject right now, all of us would probably be in agreement because we've
Yeah,
all experienced that. And why women are delusional and denial about it because they don't see the man in that capacity. They don't hear him.
that's right.
Why? Because it's about your feelings now, not what we
Right.
talking about no more.
Mm.
Right.
Mm.
That's
Yeah,
I
see,
don't know
that's
if
I
I
how
know.
agree
you.
with
See, that's.
that.
I'm sorry. That's something I for me, I can't get with that whole feelings thing because your feelings can be absolutely positively wrong. Period.
Feelings are
Point blank.
facts. I totally
Your feelings,
wholeheartedly agree. That's my motto for
your
life.
feelings can be absolutely positively wrong, and you're coming from a place of emotional. And my thing is like, I don't deal with stuff from an emotional standpoint. And that's the other thing. Us as women, we do have to learn how to overcome our emotions and be able to learn how to think logically
Use
and
emotional
be able to,
intelligence. Right.
Emotional.
yeah, use your emotional intelligence. Like, because sometimes the
It's
reason
hard. This the
why,
crash out generation. It's hard these days.
Well, everybody
Mm-hmm.
feels. That's what that's your measuring stick. Everybody feels, and it's like I don't see.
Feelings.
We
They
don't live in
feel.
a space of truth. We live in a society that says your truth versus your truth versus your truth. But here's the thing: real truth is evidence supported by fact.
hmm
And that's the truth. I don't care how
that's
you
all I care
feel
about is
about it.
facts.
But
All I care
now
about is
we're
facts.
saying how you feel about it is the truth. So if I feel
Mm-mm.
negative towards it, you can't tell me that I don't feel this. You can't tell me, well, no, I'm not telling you. I'm telling you that though your feelings are valid, they're not true based on evidence supported by fact.
Facts.
Mm.
It
But
can
they're
all be
valid.
so
They're
simple.
valid,
There's
but they're not.
millions of men in America that's not gonna feel that way though. We're gonna cry in a car.
Right.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Right.
Oh
well,
boy.
We can go outside punching the L like this motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
then again,
Yeah.
that is a conversation that you should think about having when you're like, can I deal with this for the rest of my life?
Mm.
That's the question. Well, and I do think it's our responsibility as women, being an equal part in this society. We do have the responsibility of creating those safe spaces for men to land emotionally. I do
Hmm.
agree with them on that. I do.
Very much so.
I think that it
Hi.
is. We need to get involved in that. We don't need to be standing on the sideline saying, "Figure it out, fellas." Well, if they've already been inundated with messages from birth high to now, they may not have the tools to create
That's right.
those
That's
safe
right.
spaces. And
Right.
we, being the
That's
more
right.
I love
intuitive,
that.
emotionally intuitive, we should be a
Right.
part of creating those spaces for them.
And
Right.
that's all we've been saying. That's all we've been
That
saying.
sounds like accountability. I like it
Yeah.
already.
Yeah. Right
Oh,
there.
Tay
That's
the
it.
beast. She
That's what you
That's
call
it
playing.
right there.
accountability. See, from
That's
now
what.
on,
Yeah,
that's how
that's
you
right.
talk.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how you do it. I feel
We want
now. I
to
want to open up more.
I almost shed a tear,
Yeah.
but she was cooking.
Right. Yeah. She
all
was.
of you
That's
guys
exactly.
cook tonight, in fact.
It'll cook.
That was it. Yeah.
We want to thank our viewers for watching the Purple Mic tonight. Just a little housekeeping before we go. If you have not already, please, please, please head on over to our Instagram, Facebook, and our Twitter, where you can find out more about our panelists. Tay, we want to thank you so much for coming through tonight. You are amazing. Can you tell us a little bit before you go about Life with Purpose?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So I am a life strategist and grief support coach. And life with purpose is essentially my motto. You should live life with a defined purpose. Don't live life in happenstance, live life intentionally. I am speaking up to the men. I actually just authored, I'm finishing up the editing on a book called Hey You Men, for the man who is becoming but wants to do it without bruises. And it is about what we were just discussing about being able to have safe soft spaces to land emotionally. The book that's out right now is Hey You. If
All
you know
right.
me, it's my signature phrase whenever I talk to Hey You. But this one is a healing workbook for becoming, belonging, and breathing again, which are
Beautiful.
things that were for a time in my life considerably hard after my daughter was murdered. And so I found myself having to relearn how to do those three things intentionally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is so beautiful. And for those of you who enjoyed Tay's commentary tonight, you will find all of her contact info in our description down below. So you can definitely tap in with Tay. Tay, thank you so much. We appreciate having you as a guest tonight. Stephen, do you have
I
anything
enjoyed it.
going on that you'd like to share?
Oh yes. I am now married. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
What?
I got
Congratulations.
married. Yep. And I I got a little girl on the way.
Yes,
So
indeed.
do
I was actually gonna, talk to you to see if we could do like a, a nice little episode. But you're
we
announcing it, so
we can do it all. How it started and where we at with it now.
I love
But
it.
yeah, that got a new place. I'm a stepdad. Got 11-year-old. So a lot of things changed. I went from
So
being out in the
cute.
streets, being a player, to just making it all happen in just a couple months.
I
Oh,
love
that's what
it.
you meant by we were manifesting. That's right. That's
That's
right. We were
right.
on the cruise on here the last
That's
time. That's
right.
what you were
And
I
I
saying.
met
must
And you was like,
say,
remember?
And the thing is,
yes,
I made a video about it. I said, about this time, I'm gonna have this, this,
you
this, this,
did.
this, and
You
then
did.
like a couple weeks later, boom, it started happening. I
You
have
sure
everything I said
did.
in that video.
Yep.
That's about the manifesting.
It's funny because
Oh,
right at the point where,
So
Stephen
I
and
got
I met,
receipts.
you do.
Hmm. I
Yeah,
do.
yeah, you certainly do. That is wonderful. And it's amazing to see the growth with all of us. That's three panelists now who are,
I'm
married
still
and moving
5'2".
on.
What are you talking about?
You know what, Dion?
I'm not growing. No. Well, what did I grow?
We still love
I
you
don't,
down
we
there,
didn't talk about their height,
Dion.
bro. We,
Well,
we ain't
I
talking
don't
about
think
their
the
height.
walls was black last time.
I wish I was a little bit taller.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, for those of you who want to chime in with Dion, if you're looking for a massage and you are in the ATL area, hit up Body Whisper ATL. Dion is amazing. I
Mhm.
know firsthand.
I'm alright.
Thank
I'm alright. I'm
Oh
alright.
God. Anyway, we want to thank you
Twinkle,
guys again for
twinkle,
watching
twinkle.
tonight. We want to thank all of our panelists, and we will see you on the next episode of The Purple Mic. Good night, guys.
Night.